with all of you tonight. I feel like you are my second family. I've done a class for you all many times, and I'm always just honored to come back and be here with you again. And just in case you didn't know, I mean, I'm sure you all do, but just in case you didn't know, you have the cream of the crop for leaders. So just give them a huge applaud, big kudos for just taking such good care of you. And I love and adore all of your leaders. So anyway, so let me just give a quick introduction about myself. I am Stephanie Fritz, also known as the Essential Midwife on social media. And I am super excited to be here with you tonight. I have been using essential oils since the 80s, but it wasn't until I was introduced to doTERRA in 2008, 17 years ago, that I finally felt confident in using these supplements professionally, especially with my clients and their babies. But since then, I've seen doTERRA products play a transformational role in hormonal health, gut healing, emotional wellness, and even financial growth. Let's be honest, the hormone challenge today is a whole new level than I feel like it's ever been, especially over the last 4 to 5 years. And the truth is there's no one size fits all, or no one size fixes all. But hopefully you'll learn something that I share tonight, and something will be beneficial for you. Something will just resonate with you, and you'll say, yes, I want to try that. I love teaching how essential oils and supplements work alongside whatever you're already doing. So whether that's a medical, holistic approach or somewhere in between, to truly support your body's own ability to heal and balance, that's what I'm here for. My intention tonight is to empower you with knowledge, tools, and confidence so that you can use these amazing products, not only for yourself, but for people you care about. We're going to unpack what's really going on with hormones, stress, inflammation, and I promise to answer some of the questions that you have been asking. Now, just as a quick heads up, I have so much amazing content to cover and not nearly enough time. Honestly, I could just talk about this all day. But don't worry, I won't keep you here that long. I'm going to move very quickly, though. So if you can't jot notes fast enough, you're not alone. I've got you covered. At the end of the class, I'll be sharing a link to my very detailed notes. Seriously, everything I talk about here tonight. So be sure and stick around so that you can grab that link. And just as a thank you for joining me, I'll also be giving you a special discount code for my book, Essential Oils for Pregnancy, Birth, and Babies. Not only this, but also the digital companion guide that goes along with this. So you won't want to miss out on that either. Now, also, you may notice that I do not have a slide presentation. I really just like to keep things real and just speak from my heart. So if you can turn your cameras on, I'd love to see your faces, your head nods, your smiles. I want this to feel like you're just sitting right here in my front room and we're just having a great conversation. I get it if you're busy and you're, listening to this while you're cooking dinner for your family and all the things, and, by all means, we don't need your camera on, but if you can, then just go ahead and turn it on. Okay. We're going to go ahead and get started. So just so I know where we stand, who my audience is here, on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being no unwanted symptoms and 10 being out of control, how is your monthly cycle? And if you're peri or postmenopause, how rate those symptoms? And if you could just put that in the chat, any number between 1 and 10, how you feel about your about any sort of symptoms that you may have. Go ahead and put that in the chat so that I can just kind of see where we're at. So I've got lots of numbers that I think hopefully I can give you some answers for. So there are lots of areas of hormone balance. And so as I kind of just list a few, think about these as you're thinking about that number in your head. So like hyper or hypothyroid, mood swings, poor memory, adrenal fatigue, trouble sleeping, either getting to sleep or waking up in the middle of the night, blood sugar imbalances, difficulty losing weight, infertility, estrogen dominance. So those would all be areas that I hope to answer some questions for tonight. We're going to talk about nutrition, focusing on organic whole foods rich in nutrients such as folate, omega-3s, and avoiding any processed or packaged food. Your microbiome, cleaning out your gut, and making sure that you have plenty of good, healthy bacteria all over. Also, your digestion. We want to make sure that you're having daily bowel movements with well-formed stools without undigested food present. Like, I only want to see that food once when I put it in my mouth that first time, and then never again. And so we want to make sure that your digestion is good, that you're digesting your food adequately. Also, personal care, cleaning up your self-care products, making sure that there aren't any chemicals or toxins that could possibly have an impact on your hormones or even how you feel every day. And then the last thing is mindset, because the way you handle stress and the way you look at your world definitely has an impact on your hormones. Most people are really struggling to meet their optimal nutritional goals through food alone. It's possible, but it's really, really hard. For example, most women are only getting about 10 grams of fiber a day, and it should be at least 25, and optimal is 29. So doTERRA's fiber is amazing and it tastes delicious. But I want to really focus on our VMG, our foundational wellness bundle. And it starts out with VMG. This is truly redefining the daily multivitamin. Just by a show of hands, how many of you are incorporating this in your everyday life? I hope that so many of you are, because this is so much better than taking all those pills that we had to do with Lifelong Vitality. And it's yummy, it's delicious. So doTERRA's VMG is seriously next level daily supplement supports. And it supports nearly every system in your body, from energy and immune function to cardiovascular, your digestive system, hormone and nervous system, just all over health. It is packed with 90 high-quality ingredients, including whole food vitamins, minerals, organic fruits and vegetables, yes, organic, probiotics, enzymes, and CPTG essential oils. So I say probiotics and enzymes, but there's not quite enough to sustain all that you need. So there are probiotics and enzymes in here, but we're going to talk about even more than that as well. Also, I love the liposomal delivery service system that this has, because that means more nutrients actually reach your cells and you get to get the benefits of that. Also, this stays in your system for the last they tested was 8 hours. It could be more, but they only went up to 8 hours. So that means typically with a vitamin, you might take it and then, 2 or 3 hours later, you have to go to the bathroom and your pee is a fluorescent yellow because you've peed out what your body doesn't need. But with this stays in your system for your body to pull from and get what it needs for 8 hours. So like 4 hours later, if your body says, oh, I need some of those greens, it can pull from that and it hasn't already been peed out in the toilet. So I love that. So different from any typical supplement that you would take. It also is 100% vegan, gluten-free, and free from any artificial sweeteners. There was also preclinical study they told us about at convention where just after 6 weeks of using the VMG, it reduced inflammation by 43% and oxidative stress by 150%. It even turned back the biological age of an average of 2 years. So that makes this just a win-win and so great to nourish your body with. So I hope that you're all taking advantage of this. The next one we have is our E-Omega complex. doTERRA's E-Omega Plus is an omega-3 supplement that's especially helpful for hormone balance. Healthy fats are the building blocks to hormones, and omega-3s are some of the most important. In fact, omega fatty acids are the 4th most studied molecule in science in the world because they support nearly every system of the body, including mood, brain, inflammation, and hormone production. In our omega-3 or in our E-Omega Plus, it combines plant and marine omegas with wild orange essential oil to help your body absorb and use these healthy fats effectively. It's a gentle daily way to support your hormones, reduce stress, and nourish your body from the inside out. So this complex is a premium blend of fatty acids derived from the wild-caught fish off the coast of Norway. It has wild orange in it, which is an enhancer so that it has the ability to not only uplifting effects for your mood, but also to support your immune system and healthy digestive system because of the limonene content. Each serving delivers 900 milligrams of essential fatty acids, including 800 milligrams of the omega-3 fatty acids, EPA and DHA. So super, super great. You won't find anything like this on the market. And because our bodies can't produce these essential nutrients on its own, it must be obtained through our diet. So that's where the omegas come in, filling that nutritional gap by providing a convenient source of essential fatty acids to support optimal body functions. Okay, then we have our PB Restore. So this is the last product in our foundational wellness bundle. This is for daily immune, neurological, and digestive support, but really so much more. This supports skin health, respiratory system, immune system, healthy inflammatory response, urinary tract health, and your brain. So these two, we have the PB Restore and our new PB Assist. This one is specifically for your gut. This one is for an all-over, a full-body probiotic. So this delivers 18 billion CFU live cells and 29 total different strains to help with that microbiome balance in there. The best time to take it is on an empty tummy first thing in the morning before breakfast. So that way it isn't competing with your food that you eat, but it also has food right behind it, like 15 to 30 minutes later, to push it through your system. The green, if I were to open up one of these capsules, the green in here is actually chlorophyll. So it's a food that feeds your probiotic to keep it alive until it can get to the part of your colon where it needs to get to. It also takes 7 to 10 days of good bacteria to be embedded in the wall of your gut lining. So you need to be really consistent with probiotics. One of the tests that I do as a practitioner is a GI map. I'll talk more about that in a minute, but one of the markers in that GI map test is the mucosal lining. And I can tell you probably 80%, probably more than that, of the people I test, that mucosal lining is so thin, it's hardly there. And that's your immune system. That's your first line of defense as far as your immune system goes. And in almost everyone that I test, it hardly exists. So we need to make sure that we're consistent with our probiotic, because that's what actually helps to build up that mucosal lining, that wall, that barrier, so that you are protected. Okay, the next one we have is Terrazyme. I love, love, love Terrazyme. Back when we did Lifelong Vitality, I was way better at taking my enzymes than I was even Lifelong Vitality, because it is so important. Terrazyme is a whole food digestive enzyme that helps the body break down foods so that our bodies can be super efficient in digesting and utilizing the nutrients that we eat. It's basically a magic pill. Enzymes are essential for like 150,000 things in our body. So like detoxing, breaking down food particles, healthy digestion, healthy liver, conversion of food, nutrients to energy, also protection for your immune system, and absorption of the other nutrients that we eat, micronutrients. So when you take it with food, it helps you digest your food and break things down so that you get all the nutrients that you need. But the other half of that is when taken on an empty tummy. Now it works to reduce inflammation in the intestinal lining, aiding and repairing in your immune system naturally. It repairs, restores, and rebuilds connective tissue. And our whole body is made up out of connective tissue. Nerve restoring and healing. It also builds and restores muscles. So seriously, you really, really need this. The dosage on the bottle is, I think it's 2 per meal, but I want you to think about what you're eating and then decide how many of these that you need, because raw fruits and vegetables have the perfect amount of enzymes in them already. But when we cook them, now we've cooked the enzymes out, and meat doesn't have enzymes to begin with. So you want to make sure that you're getting enough according to what you're eating. So say, for instance, for breakfast, you have scrambled eggs and toast. So you probably want 2 Terrazyme with that. But for dinner, say you go out to dinner and you do a Mexican restaurant, you're probably going to want to do 4 or 5 with that. So think about what you're eating and how much your body needs assistance with breaking all of those nutrients down to eat. Enzymes also need to be used with calcium, so the bone nutrient. After the age of 35 or 40, we don't have enough enzymes to break down calcium. So this causes bone spurs, fibroid cysts growing inside our body, because our body can't break them down and assimilate that calcium in our body. So again, after that age of 35 to 40, calcium must be utilized with enzymes. So it doesn't attach itself to bone spurs and cysts. So when you're taking like bone nutrient, we're going to talk more about that in a minute, but when you're taking bone nutrient, you definitely want to take some calcium with it to help, take some enzymes with that so that you can help break down that calcium and you can use that. Your body will slow down all processes without enzymes. Most people think that it just helps you poop or digest your food, but really there are thousands of benefits in taking enzymes. There are billions of chemical reactions going on inside your body every single second. Yes, I said billions. And those reactions don't happen unless we have sufficient enzymes. So Terrazyme, this should be on every single person's loyalty rewards order every month. I love and can't talk enough about this. All right, the next one we have is GX Assist. The old saying, go with your gut, isn't far from the truth. It may surprise you to know that not only is your gut responsible for digestive processes, it also is responsible for 75% of your immune strength in your gut. It's responsible for more neurological processes than even your brain. So I recommend taking the first 10 days of the month, not the first 10 days of your cycle, but just like June 1st to June 10th. And really, you can take it any time of the month. That's just the easiest to remember because you usually just take this for 10 days. Take 3 a day for 10 days. So when you get to day 7, you think, now what day am I on? Oh, yeah, it's June 7th. I have 3 more days. So it just is an easier way to remember. That being said, when I do a GI map for someone and they have uh, stuff going on in their system that I know GX Assist can take care of, I'm going to recommend they take that all month long. In fact, I do a 90-day protocol, and I'm going to recommend that they take it for the full 90 days. So I tell you that because you have heard just to take this for 10 days, but if you have something going on that you feel you need to be, taken care of, then you absolutely can take that for longer. GX Assist is like the reset button for your gut. It uses powerful essential oils like oregano, melaleuca, lemon, lemongrass, peppermint, and thyme, all known for their cleansing and antimicrobial benefits. If you were to look up parasites and essential oils that help with parasites, you would see every single one of those that is in GX Assist. These oils are also encapsulated in a timed release acid-resistant capsule. So when you open up when you look at one of these capsules, you can tell it looks a little different than a regular soft gel. That's because it is acid resistant, so that it can reach your intestines where it can be most effective to clear out any unwanted bacteria or yeast from your digestive system. It also contains caprylic acid, which is naturally a natural occurring fatty acid that helps fight off yeast and supports a healthy microbial balance in the gut. Did you know that there's a strong link when it comes to hormones and gut health? You know those old saying, if mama ain't happy, nobody's happy. Well, if your gut isn't happy, your body isn't happy. And this is because the gut microbiome can actually be considered an endocrine organ in itself. It has an impact on hormones such as testosterone, androgen, estrogen, and estradiol. These are huge hormones in your body, and an imbalanced gut microbiome can have an impact on your reproductive health. So that may cause you to have irregular cycles or irregular periods, endometriosis, polycystic ovarian syndrome, vaginal infections, all of those things that women complain about often. So if you have a hormonal imbalance, you might consider the GI map test that I offer. The GI map service is a comprehensive stool test designed to detect and analyze various pathogens in your GI tract. It goes beyond traditional testing, providing a detailed understanding of your gut, from bacteria all the way to parasites and yeast and viruses. The GI map test that I offer, I do a full assessment. It offers me a way to do a full assessment, allowing me to pinpoint potential issues and tailor interventions for your optimal gut health, your personal gut. And so if any of you are interested in that, just message me and I'll have a special discount code for you for being on this call. Okay, the next ones I want to talk about is our liver. Liver stagnation is the #1 unexplained infertility in women because it consists, it's right where all of your sexual organs are situated, and it constricts blood flow to that pelvic cavity right where all of those are at. So you may or may not be trying to conceive, but for sure you all have sex hormones, and none of us want an imbalance there. So if you are experiencing things like maybe PMS, irritability, mood swings, depression, frustration, worry, irregular cycles, sore breasts, headaches, or migraines, those tell me that we need to address the liver. Your liver is like It's like the kitchen in your home. And so much more happens in the kitchen than just cooking. And so that's like your liver, and it gets the least amount of help and gratification. So your liver is like a colander, and it has all those little holes in it, just like a colander. So everything gets, you rinse your fruits and vegetables out to get all the imperfections off your fruits and vegetables, and you put that in through a colander. But sometimes those little holes get clogged up, and so does our liver. So that's when Zenderkin soft gels come in handy. It opens up all those liver ducts. So now everything can flow through there much more efficiently and effectively. So that's how important the soft gels are. This is one that I recommend to do a round of this every quarter. So it's not one that you have to be on all the time. Do a cleanse and use your soft gels, and that will help take care of your liver until the next time that you are needing it. And then grab your bottle again and take it for a couple of weeks. But it's not something that you need to be on all of the time. Now, Zenderkin detoxification complex is a different story. So these two name the same, but totally different. So the detoxification complex supports your healthy cleansing and filtering functions of your body. So your liver, your kidneys, your colon, your lung, your skin, those 5 detoxification chimneys that our body has naturally, this goes in and nourishes those. It supports normal self-detoxification functions of those cleansing organs. It has 14 active whole food extracts that help with also food absorption. It's known as the cleaning crew. So it supports again, those natural cleansing and filtering organs while aiding in the removal of stored toxic waste products. I recommend 2 of these every single day, like all the time. And don't be afraid to take more. So like on my low energy days, I'm increasing this. Some days I take 4. Some days I take 6. So don't be afraid to take more of this, but this will definitely help with energy levels, because when those filtering organs are nourished, they can do their job better and you have more energy. All right, the next one I love is turmeric. Turmeric has been shown to offer specific benefits for women in menopause, especially reducing the visceral fat, that deeper belly fat that often increases with hormonal changes. It also helps lower inflammation, making it especially supportive for easing joint discomfort that can flare up during that stage of life. Again, on the GI map, one of the markers is inflammation. And if that is high, which it often is, then turmeric is my go-to for that. I love doTERRA's dual chamber turmeric. It is such a smart choice because it combines the turmeric extract and turmeric essential oil in one capsule, giving you a powerful support of metabolism, hormone balance, and joint health, all in one that your body can actually absorb. Most turmeric supplements only give you curcuminoids, say that right, and that part helps with inflammation, but they're really hard for your body to absorb. So doTERRA's dual chamber is totally different. It combines the turmeric essential oil and turmeric extract in one capsule, but keeping them separate, so that in separate chambers, so that they don't interfere with each other. So the essential oil contains compounds which actually help your body use the curcuminoids better. And then together, this combo supports healthy inflammation, joints, immunity, even cellular repair, all in a clean, natural way that your body can actually absorb. All right, the next one we're going to talk about is phytoestrogen. Actually, before we do that, I want to tell you we have 2 different estrogens in our body. We have estrogen that our body makes, And then we have xenoestrogens. And the xenoestrogens come from plastic, chemicals, cleaning toxins, candles, fragrances, wax on the apples, pesticides, like so many things. We can't get away from those xenoestrogens no matter how clean we eat or we are. Our cells have finger-like receptors, and they are looking for estrogen. And it doesn't care which kind of estrogen it attaches to. It just knows to seek out estrogen. And your two estrogens are on a race to get to those cell receptors. And I can tell you the xenos are going to win every single time because they're faster, they're stronger, and they live longer. So they feel those receptors, but they can't be activated in there. There's no cellular function that can happen there. That's the body's natural estrogen. That's only the body's natural estrogen that can do this. So it's like putting in the wrong key to the lock. It can't, there's nothing, it can't do anything. So phytoestrogen goes in and binds to all those xenoestrogens and carries them out so that the good estrogen can actually get to those cell receptors and do its job. Estrogen is converted into progesterone and testosterone. And if that cell receptor is not able to receive a hormone because it's blocked by the xenos, then the hypothalamus interprets the body needs more of that hormone. And so it instructs that gland to produce more, even though there's really plenty floating around. But this is what causes that major imbalance in our body. That's when you get that estrogen dominance. And also, this says women's on it, but men have the same hormones we do. So just in different amounts and different levels of them. So this is for your guys as well. So then we have bone nutrient. Bone nutrient helps phytoestrogen do its job better. When you take phytoestrogen on its own, it can have an impact on just a few hormones. But when you take bone nutrient with it, now it has an impact on all of your hormones. So, and also remember to take bone nutrient to help assimilate, or be sure and take your enzymes to help assimilate the bone nutrient, the calcium in the bone nutrient. So important for bone nutrient is important for those with weak or fragile bones, or anyone, especially those that are growing. Phytoestrogen, one of the biggest questions or misunderstandings I get about this is around the soy in this product. So I want to tell you straight up, the soy in phytoestrogen are extracts, not the full compound of that whole food. And the flaxseed in phytoestrogen complex actually blocks the bad estrogen that can go to your thyroid, your breasts, and your uterus. So this is a fantastic choice all the time, no matter, even if your doctor has said, don't do soy. This does not apply in that situation. All right, so we talked about those endocrine disruptors, those xenoestrogens that this phytoestrogen helps with. What are things that you can do to help reduce those disruptors? First of all, limit your plastic use. Switch to glass containers. Filter your water. We use a Berkey filter, but there are lots of great filters on the market. Just make sure your water is filtered. Limit pesticide exposure. Switch to eating organic quality meats. So meats are a huge culprit for hormones, and hormones are absolutely endocrine disruptors. So make sure that you're doing organic quality meats. No chemical sunscreens. So doTERRA has an amazing sunscreen line. Take advantage of that. Use cast iron or stainless steel pans. Get rid of the Teflon. Hopefully none of us are using that anymore anyway. Avoid toxic cleaning products. doTERRA has an amazing line of cleaning products that we can use. Hopefully you've all just kind of switched everything out to all natural, but if you haven't, now is a great time to do that. Ditch any artificial fragrances, perfumes, candles, switch to doTERRA essential oils instead. And stop the low-fat diets. We need good fats to create healthy sex hormones. And then the last thing is switch your personal care items to cleaner versions. So some of you, I'm sure, have heard this story that I've told before, but my journey has been Lyme disease. And there was a time I had crossed the finish line and was doing so much better. And then I had a major dip and couldn't figure out what was going on. I went to my doc and he did some lab work for me. And it came back high silicone. And he said, have you had any silicone breast implants or any mesh repair surgery? Nope, none of that. He said, your silicone numbers are off the chart. You have severe silicone poisoning. He says, go home and look at all of your products, all of your personal care products that you use on your body, and make sure there's no silicone in there. And so I did, went home. Sure enough, the one product that I used every single day, even if I didn't wear makeup, was my primer. I had a high-end primer that I used. And the number one ingredient in it was silicone. So I tossed it, and I was so mad because I bought 3 of them on sale and I had to toss them all. I couldn't even pass them along to my daughters. I threw them in the trash. 3 to 4 months later, I went back for my blood work. Meanwhile, I had cleaned up my diet, cleaned up all of my product use, everything, really paid close attention. And I went back for that lab draw, and they were within normal levels. So I tell you that because I had no idea. I thought I knew what I knew, and evidently I still had more to learn. So I'm passing that information on to you. Make sure that you are using very clean personal care products. Okay, we're going to move on to some oils. 2 of my favorite hormonal oils are Clary Calm and Neroli. Clary Calm is doTERRA's hormone blend that they have, which I love and adore. It supports the discomforts associated with PMS and any sort of hormonal imbalance like that. So you're going to roll it on your low abdomen, your low back, and it will support from all period discomforts, after pains, after childbirth. This is great from puberty to menopause. I love this Clary Calm. And it smells good too. The next one is Neroli. Neroli essential oil is a powerhouse for women's wellness. It's known to support libido, cognitive function, restful sleep, and even heart and blood pressure balance. So it's also especially helpful during pregnancy and childbirth to ease any menstrual cramps or muscle cramps. You can put it, again, same as Clary Calm, directly on your low abdomen or your low back, just to help soothe those points. Also your pulse points, to help you sleep at night, or libido or extra circulation. Neroli is a beautiful addition to your skincare routine. I just apply it on my face. I actually love all the florals for my face, but it helps with blemishes, dark spots, scars, even stretch marks. So I do have my happy hormone blend that's in my notes. Let me see if I can cut this for you. So I'm going to put this in the notes for you so you'll have it. Hold on, be patient with me a minute. I'm going to put this in the chat. These are my class notes. And in there, you will find my recipe for my Hormone Harmony blend. So it is Clary Calm on steroids. If you have Clary Calm, great. But if you want something a little bit stronger, then that hormone blend is in there. The next oil I want to talk about is rose. I love this oil. This is, often called the queen of oils for good reasoning. Emotionally, it promotes feelings of love, self-worth, confidence, making it a powerful ally for anyone experiencing mood swings or hormonal challenges. Uh, Physically, rose has been shown to help support hormone balance, skin health, even immune system. And thanks to its powerful antioxidant, anti-inflammatory properties, it's great for really almost anything. It can help lower cortisol levels and soothe the nervous system, making it ideal for any stress-related hormonal imbalances. So just a drop or two, or just rub it on your pulse points, um, even putting it over your heart for calming and just the smell of rose is just euphoric to me. I can't get enough of it. All right, the next one I want to bring up is DDR prime. I have everything like all in a row here to keep me on track, so I know what we have next. DDR prime. DDR prime is doTERRA's powerhouse blend for cellular health and hormone support. So it helps promote a healthy cell response, repair, and regeneration that's crucial for a balanced hormone system. Since hormones are produced and regulated by your cells, it's important that we have all those cells in good working order. DDR prime also helps reduce oxidative stress to your DNA that can protecting your cells from any damage that can throw hormones off balance. So our cells have a 90 to 120 day life cycle. They're like born, they go around this life cycle, and then they die off. And that's what we want them to. That's a natural thing for them to do. But sometimes they come up here to their teenage years and they think they know everything. And I know you know what I'm talking about because you've all been teenagers. Some of you have even had teenagers. They know everything and can go off on their own. And that's when we have problems. So DDR prime goes in to the rescue to bring home all those cells that have gone rogue, all those cells that have gone off on their own, and bring them back to that life cycle so that they can die off on the way they're supposed to. And it keeps the ones that are on that cycle on it. So DDR prime is a really great one to pair with On Guard soft gels because it is a super great immune booster. So anytime I'm going out in public, I'm going to be traveling this weekend, and I'm making sure that I double up on some DDR prime and On Guard soft gels so that my immune system is just has a little extra support. So think about DDR prime also when your system needs a little extra support. All right, let's talk about grapefruit. Grapefruit and progesterone. Grapefruit essential oil can help your body feel more calm and more balanced. When we're stressed, our body makes a hormone called cortisol, which inhibits the production of another really important hormone called progesterone. So progesterone helps you feel calm, helps you sleep better, helps you have regular cycles. When it comes to fertility, you need progesterone to get pregnant and to stay pregnant. So it's super important. It also helps your liver work better. So your body can clear out those extra hormones that aren't serving you. So this makes grapefruit a natural helper and a go-to when you're trying to keep your hormones balanced. You want to fill a capsule to the almost full and take that every day, especially when you're trying to conceive, for sure, or at times when you're extra stressed, just do a little extra grapefruit. Now, you don't need to count the drops. I can tell you that a double O capsule holds 15 to 17 drops. The exact drops is 16. And that came from Dr. Hill many, many, many years ago in a conversation that I had with him. And so you don't have to count the drops, just fill a capsule almost all the way up, put your top on it and get it down. And so that takes care of your grapefruit. All right, now we're going to talk about adrenals, your adrenals and adrenal fatigue. So, symptoms maybe that you might be feeling if you have adrenal fatigue are difficulty getting up in the morning, difficulty losing weight, inability to handle stress, craving salty foods, excessive tiredness or fatigue, a weakened immune system, brain fog. You might get up in the morning and think you slept really great, and then get up in the morning and an hour later think, whew, I need to go back and I need to take a nap already. That's adrenal fatigue. So your adrenals sit like little hats directly on top of each kidney located in your lower back. So when you're applying oils and you're thinking about your adrenals, you're going to apply those to your lower back right there. Mito 2 Max is a natural supplement that supports both adrenal function and cellular energy production by targeting the mitochondria, which is actually the powerhouse of your cells. It's like the battery that runs your cells. It contains a blend of aptogenic herbs and nutrients that promote stamina, mental clarity, resilience to stress, all without stimulants. So it's ideal for those experiencing fatigue, burnout, or any hormone-related energy dips. Mito 2 Max can be your friend. The oil that goes along with that is magnolia. So magnolia essential oil is a powerful support for adrenal health, especially during times of chronic stress. Magnolia helps lower those cortisol levels, soothing anxiety, and promotes deeper sleep, which are key factors in protecting an overworked adrenal gland. So by supporting your body's natural relaxation response, it helps restore balance to your nervous system and reduce the strain on your adrenals. So magnolia is awesome though, because not only does it support and nourish your adrenals, it also supports menstrual discomfort. So anytime you are having that, apply that magnolia to your low back, even your low belly, your pulse points, and it will also help to ease any anxious feelings that you might have. And it smells amazing. That's another one that I actually use on my face often. Okay, let's talk about your thyroid. Your thyroid is a little butterfly-shaped gland that sits right here in front of your neck, and it controls your metabolism. Thyroid health is multifaceted. It's rarely just one thing that needs to be addressed. You must consider lifestyle habits, environmental situations, diet, nutrients, supplements, sometimes even medication. But my favorite thyroid blend is 10 drops each. Again, this will be in your notes, but 10 drops each of clove, myrrh, lemongrass, and frankincense. And you would put that in a 10 ml roller bottle, fill to the top with fractionated coconut oil, and apply that directly to your to that thyroid gland 2 or 3 times a day. All right, the last thing I want to talk about, I saved the best for last. I don't know if that's the truth, but I do love our collagen. When you go through peri and menopause transition, in the first 5 years, you lose 30% of the collagen in your skin. So doTERRA's MetaPower Advantage collagen is truly the best on the market. Did you know collagen is the most abundant protein in the body? It's like the glue that holds everything together. It makes up your skin, your bone, your teeth, your hair, your nails, your eyes, your connective tissue, your organs, your cartilage, like so much. Collagen makes up 30% of your body's protein. 70% of the protein in your skin, 80% of the protein in your bones. It also helps make up the lining in your arteries, your organs, and your intestines. So remember that lining I talked about in the mucosal lining? I am referring to collagen often to help increase that lining, because collagen helps make that up. Not only are there 9 types of collagen in our in our advantage, but it's pre-digested tripeptides, which from what that means is that goes exactly to the process of the body that it should. Also, NMN and NADH are sourced naturally. Most on the market are synthetic, and it's patent pending. So you won't find that anywhere else. Think of anti-aging on a major scale. Each collagen type plays a role to improve elasticity and hydration, fat loss and muscle strength, joint discomfort, cartilage health, bone density and bone growth, also tendons and ligament support. So super important to get that collagen in. Now, all these supplements I talked about, can you buy these elsewhere? Sure, some of them not, but some of them. But quality matters. There is so much oversight in how supplements are prepared and how they're sourced. doTERRA doesn't hold anything back. They absolutely guarantee quality and purity. doTERRA does all the testing and the purity for and quality. They source the best for us. So I love that. Really quick, just in case you need to know where to find me, you can find me as The Essential Midwife anywhere you look. So anywhere on social media, all the platforms, I'm The Essential Midwife. My Gmail is theessentialmidwife@gmail.com. I have a Facebook group called TEM Community where you can ask a question and within 10 minutes, you'll get 10 amazing answers. I learned so much from that group. I'm in there often. I have to approve every question that comes in because it's really for women's health. So don't come in and ask a question about your dog because it won't get approved. That's not our expertise, but it's a great resource. And I set that up because I was answering well more than 100 questions a day, and I just couldn't do it anymore. So I set up that group, and it has turned out just fantastic. My book, Essential Oils for Pregnancy, Birth, and Babies, can be found on my website, theessentialmidwife.com, and it has a companion that goes along with it, a companion guide. So I wrote my book in 2012. In 2015, it was time to update it. So I updated it, and that's the one that you see here. And then in 2021, it was time to update again. But I couldn't fathom birthing another child because that's how hard it was and how much work it was. But I did have a 30-page ebook that I felt like, okay, I could tackle that. So that 30-page ebook went from 30 pages to 130 pages and translated into multiple languages. I don't know why I thought that was going to be easier than just doing this, but that was the way it was supposed to be. It was perfect. But in that guide, it's a little bit different than my book. This book will never be outdated. The information in here is all really great information, and I explain the reason behind everything in my book. The digital guide is more like bullet points, 130 pages of bullet points, but bullet points nonetheless. It also has every blend I've ever done in that digital guide, and I have the oils formatted for pregnancy, birth, babies, and women's hormones. You won't find that information anywhere else all in one place. So they really do go together. They're companions. And so just as my gift for you being on this call, if you go to my website and order one of those or order both of those, one or the other or both together, use the code SAVE20, no spaces, no caps, just SAVE20, and you can save 20%. If you already have it, you might want to gift it to someone. It makes a great shower gift. And the digital, you always have in your pocket. I can't tell you how many times I've had someone say, oh, I lent out my book. Do you have this blend? So when you have the digital, you'll always have it in your back pocket. I do offer private consults. So if you have a question that is pertaining to you personally, then by all means, you can contact me for a private consult. I have virtual midwifery packages. I have an essentially prepared birthing and doula course. So I offer so much. Go to my website and check it out. I haven't paid attention to questions here. So if there are any pressing questions that aren't personal,
There's a
please.
lot in there. I don't know if you want to look at those quick while I share my screen again and do a little recap. That's up to you.
Yep, I'm going to put in my class notes one more time for everybody so that you'll see
There you
that.
go.
And I'm just going to go through these really quickly. Again, I can't answer any personal questions, but if you want to consult with me, by all means, you can reach out for that.
I will finish up wrapping up here with the slides that I have up there right now, and then come back to if that's okay with you.
Perfect.
Okay. Please, if you haven't done so already, join the Discovery Essentials Facebook group. There's an abundance of education in there. Again, bit.ly/Discovery Essentials, or click on that QR code. And then email list, bit.ly/email list. DE stands for Discovery Essentials. You're going to get all the reminders, the recordings, when they are available, which not tonight. So again, please go out to her notes. It'll ask for your name and your email address. That's how you're going to get the notes. So please click on that link that she's put in there. I put in there in this as well. And so you can get those notes. Many of you are going to be graduating or are graduating or you just have. So if you want to know where you're at, go to bit.ly/grad progress 2025 or click on that QR code and then complete tonight's class information so you get credit for it. And again, we have 2 next week. So you're going to really start stocking up, and some of you are going to be graduating here before we know it again. So bit.ly/continuing ed 2025. We have in here Dr. Brenna Griggs' last class. There's a number of amazing classes out here, guys, that are out there permanently. So please click on the QR code or take a picture of this so you can go out there and grab some of these educational opportunities as well. And then those of you that are graduating tonight, fill out the form. You're going to pick 2 of these 6, and just think over a year you can have the entire kit, which is like $125 or something. Anyway, it's amazing. Betty, Alicia, and Gabrielle are so generous. Or you can get a doTERRA teachable class as well. 3 ways to purchase all of these supplements and oils that Stephanie mentioned tonight. Retail, wholesale, or below. And don't we want everyone to get them below? And this is how you do. You can purchase any of the kits anytime. Don't wait or just say, I already enrolled. You are entitled to any of these kits. So go ahead. Again, as I say, each week, do an inventory and order a kit or 2. Share some of these with folks that you look at. These right here, 10 5 mil. You can share a number of these. They're great gifts, and a diffuser, graduation gifts. Great, some good items here to share with folks as well. Don't forget about the MetaPower. It's got all the collagen in there. It's just an absolute, some great ones. Please reach out, text me or call me if you've got any questions. There's my email address and phone number. And we want to thank you so much for joining us. And we have a little packet tonight that's got 10 items in there, and that's our giveaway. So Stephanie, pick a number from 4 to 169.
43.
Okay,
it's
Kayla,
my
if you don't
43rd
mind.
anniversary this week.
Congratulations. Wow. Kayla, pick number 43. And I'm going to immediately put my phone number in there again. She's asking for that. There you go. Yes, happy anniversary. So anything in particular that you saw that you feel should be answered here?
Okay, someone asked about taking all of these together. In my notes, I have it all lined out for you what to take when. So that will be apparent when you get those notes. Does grapefruit does increase glutathione. That is correct. Grapefruit is, I'm not going to say it's going to be a substitute for progesterone. It depends on exactly what you're doing when you're trying to conceive. Again, those progesterone levels might be so low that you really need a progesterone supplement, progesterone, not just grapefruit, but anyone that I'm working with that is trying to conceive, I am including grapefruit in that protocol and having great success with grapefruit. I love grapefruit, but really all the citrus oils help with that glutathione um, increase. It's grapefruit that is specific for progesterone. Let's see, there were a few others. I just can't remember them
Somebody's
all.
asking if it's okay to take Terrazyme, PB Assist, and Omegas at the same time,
Terrazyme, PB Assist,
and the
Terrazyme,
Omegas.
PB Assist, and Omegas. Yes, that's okay. Yep. Um, if you don't have a thyroid, yes, that blend is still going to be helpful for you. The oils are, and regardless of whether it's hypo or hyper, the oils are adaptogenic. They are going to do whatever your body needs. Like Digestin, for instance. Digestin, if you are constipated, it will help you be able to move things through. If you have diarrhea, it will help stop that up. It's whatever your body needs, these oils help with. So same with the thyroid.
In that blend, how many drops of clove, myrrh, frankincense, and lemongrass?
10 drops, and that's also in your notes.
Folks, don't forget to grab that link again, and I'm going to put it back out there. Click on that link tonight, fill out your name and your, I'm going to go way up to the top. Here it is. Grab this, and if not, you're not going to get your book because she needs to have your email address. So there it is again, one last time. Click on that, complete that. It'll say name and your email, and I know that Stephanie will get back to you with that.
And somebody mentioned that they had a headache, so they took an extra packet of the collagen and the headache went away. Absolutely. I've also, if I've had a blood sugar crash, or then I do an extra collagen and it will balance me right back out. So collagen, again, one packet a day is good, but don't be afraid to take more if you need more for whatever that looks like.
And Stephanie, would that be together or would you space them apart?
I would space them apart because you would take one. You could take them both together. You could, but I would take one and then as you need it, like, if you need it for blood sugar support or headache or whatever else is going on, then you can take another one at that time.
Thank you.
But it also doesn't hurt to take two at a time if you want to be a super user and do that right then, that's okay too.
It says, let me check. Somebody said that form is closed. Let me go down here. I don't know that it is.
It's not closed. I just
Okay.
looked. It's not closed.
Okay.
So somebody asked about hot flashes. I'm going to tell you that my hormone harmony blend that's in your notes is going to help with that. Also peppermint, that's going to help. But hot flashes are is a hormone imbalance. And so when we are doing a cleanse and cleaning out everything and helping to rebalance those hormones, that will help with that. Again, reach out for a consult if you have a private question. My consults are $125, and I take as much time as I need to with you. It might say 30 minutes, but I rarely only take 30 minutes. I take as much time as you need. Okay, I don't see any other pressing questions. If you do have one that you really just need to be answered, raise your hand and ask me. So because it's
I
night
think
sweats.
somebody asked if you could use those as prenatal or even during breastfeeding the VMG.
So absolutely 100% safe for that. Night sweats, any sort of hormonal things going on, your phytoestrogen is going to be your answer. So like for me, I have to take 4 of these at night to help. And then when I do, I don't get a night sweat. But if back a couple of months ago, doTERRA ran out. And so I was trying to conserve them and only took my half dose. It wasn't enough. It just didn't help. So don't be afraid to take more of those.
Short list of what to avoid if already pregnant. Clary sage, jasmine. Are there any others?
Hyssops. If you have hyssops from the Christmas collection, then you would avoid that. That actually helps bring on a cycle. So if you're one that doesn't have cycles and you want to help bring one on, hyssops would be that one, but you don't want that while you're trying to conceive or in pregnancy. And jasmine and clary sage are both, you can take those when you're full term, but they might, if your body is already in alignment with contractions, then it may strengthen those contractions. So I just say avoid it.
Any other questions? There
Looks like Rosemary has her hand raised, so I'll take just a couple of questions really quick from hands. I don't want to keep you all here too much longer, though.
Rosemary, go ahead and unmute.
Or Jenica.
Okay, I got it now. It wasn't unmute. I'm sorry. This may be pressing your boundaries, but as far as liver health, what can you do when your liver is against the wall? And that's I had the question about MASH. MASH is the old NASH. It's a non-alcoholic fatty liver. I can't see what you're holding up.
They're both Zenderkin complex and
Zenderkin complex and Zenderkin soft gels. These are for your liver. So these are my very top choices, Zenderkin soft gels and Zenderkin detoxification.
And then you also we're talking about calcium. I get too much calcium oxalate that forms kidney stones. What would prevent those kidney stones?
Your enzymes. That's why, because your body can't break down that calcium without enzymes. So you need to get some enzymes in your system, like probably 2, 4, 6, 8 or 10 of these a day.
And then what is the name of the product? I'm sorry.
Terrazyme. Terrazyme.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Jenica.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome, Rosemary. Okay, we have one more, Jenica, and then I think we're good.
Lois, and then that'll be it. Yes, that's
okay. Am I unmuted?
Yes.
This is Jenica. Okay. I've had a couple of friends with the estrogen positive breast cancer.
Okay.
Hearing you tonight, shoot, I wrote it in earlier.
I'm just going to tell you phytoestrogen and bone nutrient, both of those. And I would take, don't be afraid to take like 6 of these phytoestrogen, 2, 3 times a day or 3 twice a day. But phytoestrogen is going to be be the help for that. I had a dear friend who is one of my doTERRA mentors, and she went through breast cancer, and that's why I don't record, because it's too hard to be compliant, and I want to just be myself. I want to just give it to you give you what I know. And so that was her experience, and she did a lot of phytoestrogen and bone nutrient.
So up to 6 phytoestrogen, and then is there a limit of how much of the bone nutrient as well, or just keep going on that?
I think the dosage is 4 bone nutrient, so probably 4 of those will.
Any Terrazyme needed with all the calcium and the
Terrazyme is always needed.
Okay.
So
always. Those 3. I always think DDR prime for anything cancer.
And absolutely, you're right. Okay. Yep.
So those 4 as like a minimum.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you so much.
But if she's gone through that, then her liver has taken a beating also. And so then you can't do without the Zenderkin detoxification complex. So
talking on this stub
It's
it real quick,
multiple
Stephanie.
layers.
What are your thoughts on frankincense with boswellic acid? One of our doctors on staff mentioned that with DDR prime for cancer. Thoughts on that?
Oh, 100%. Yes. Love, 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 especially those two together. Yes.
There you go, Janica. One more to add.
Amazing.
It
Thank
comes
you
in layers,
so much.
Jenica. So I can't, it's like I say one thing, but then it's a domino effect because there's these others that are going to be so helpful too. There's a whole, there's a whole protocol.
Wait, can we get that anywhere? That protocol?
You can message me and I can get it for you.
Amazing. Thank you so much.
My pleasure. Great question.
Lois.
Thank you for asking. Okay, we have one more, Lois.
Yep. Can you unmute, Lois?
Okay, there. Are we, I'm open?
Yep,
Good.
I can hear you.
Okay, alrighty. So I've got two things. High bilirubin levels in a liver blood test or blood test, and it showed high bilirubin. So I started the Zendocrine complex is what I've got.
Yep.
So I started that 2 a day.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
I might do 4 of those a day.
4. Okay.
2
Okay.
and
Because
2.
it was like triple what it should be, I guess. We haven't heard a doctor yet. It was just reading the results from my test.
Okay.
So
Yeah,
I jumped on.
If anything liver, then you've got your Zenderkins.
Okay. Alrighty. So anyway, and the estrogen the invasive ductile cancer fibroids is what my daughter has. And she's being told get rid of all estrogen because it feeds it. So it's going to be really difficult to get her to understand that the phytoestrogen isn't an estrogen, right?
It is not an estrogen supplement. Okay. It is not. It binds to all the bad estrogen and carries it out.
Okay. Binds. Okay.
Yes. Great question. Thank you.